There's a comet headed our way right now, and for the first time in about 80,000 years, you're going to be able to walk outside, look up, and see it with your own eyes. No telescope, no app, no special equipment. The last time this thing passed by Earth, Neanderthals were still walking the planet. Think about that. Nobody you've ever known, no one in any history book, no human who ever built a city or wrote a word has seen what you're about to see. And it's happening next week. The comet's name is a string of numbers and letters that doesn't matter nearly as much as where it came from. It didn't form here, in the cozy inner solar system where Earth and Mars circle the Sun. It was born in the deep freeze out past Neptune, in a vast shell of icy debris called the Oort cloud that wraps around our entire solar system like a frozen eggshell. We've never sent a spacecraft anywhere near it. We've barely confirmed it exists. And out there in that darkness so far from the Sun that our star is just another bright dot, this chunk of primordial ice has been drifting, untouched, since before the Earth had oceans. Then, sometime tens of thousands of years ago, something nudged it. Maybe the gravity of a passing star. Maybe a collision we'll never know about. And it began the longest fall in the universe, a slow, silent plunge inward toward the Sun that has taken longer than the entire history of human civilization, many times over. Here's what makes a comet worth looking up for. For most of its journey, it's invisible, just a dirty snowball a few miles across, dark as charcoal, tumbling through nothing. But as it gets closer to the Sun, something incredible happens. The heat starts to cook it. The ice doesn't melt the way ice does on Earth. It skips the liquid stage entirely and erupts straight into gas, blasting off the surface in jets. That gas, that dust, gets caught in the solar wind and streams out behind it for millions of miles. That's the tail. That glowing streak you'll see in the sky isn't the comet itself. It's the comet's breath, lit up by sunlight, pointing away from the Sun like a cosmic windsock. And this is the part that stops people cold when they really understand it. The material boiling off that comet right now, the gas, the dust, the ice, is some of the most ancient, unchanged matter in the entire solar system. It's a frozen sample from the moment of our birth, 4.5 billion years ago. The same stuff that built the planets. Some scientists believe comets exactly like this one are the reason Earth has water at all, that early in our history, a bombardment of these icy travelers delivered the oceans, drop by drop, impact by impact. The water you drank this morning may have ridden in on something just like the object you're about to watch cross the sky. So how do you actually see it? You don't need anything fancy. Find a spot away from city lights. The darker the sky, the better. Give your eyes about 20 minutes to adjust, because they get dramatically more sensitive in the dark than most people realize. Look low toward the horizon, just after sunset or just before dawn, depending on the night. At first it'll be faint, a smudge that almost looks like a tiny cloud that won't move. But if the comet brightens the way astronomers are hoping, that smudge will sharpen into something unmistakable. A glowing head trailing a long, ghostly tail stretched across the stars. A pair of cheap binoculars will turn it from a smudge into a genuine spectacle. But here's the thing you have to understand, the reason this can't wait. This is a one-shot. After next week, this comet swings back around the Sun and begins the long climb back out into the dark, and it will not return for tens of thousands of years. Some of these long-period comets get flung onto a path so steep that they leave the solar system forever and never come back at all. So the window isn't a metaphor. It's real and it's narrow, and once it closes, that's it. Not for you, not for your kids, not for anyone who'll be alive for a very, very long time. There's something humbling about standing in your backyard, looking up at a streak of light that started falling toward you before farming was invented, before language as we know it, before the pyramids were even a thought. For 1 week, your tiny patch of sky lines up perfectly with an object older than every story humanity has ever told. And then it's gone, back into the dark it came from, carrying its 4 billion-year-old secrets with it. So next week, when the sky is clear and the comet is up there waiting, the real question isn't whether you'll be able to see it. It's this: out of all the people who will ever live, you happen to be born in the exact narrow sliver of time when this ancient traveler came close enough to touch your eyes with its light. So what else is passing overhead, right now, that you've simply never looked up to notice?